Hi! They said he was drunk. They were right. Today is Wednesday. Last worked on the car on Sunday. And between Sunday and now, I've been trying to get the video edited. It's going live at midnight tonight. So the Australian guys will see it first and the American guys will see it last. And we're in between somewhere. I've not got long to work on it today, so I'm not going to have a huge intro. You know where we are. We've started to do the bottom of the door. It's looking terrific. I'm really pleased with it. I've had to order some new metal, but that won't be coming for a day or two yet. So I've got enough to repair that bit. I'm going to cut it out now, and then for a bit of B-roll footage, I'm going to get the filler out and, you know, fiddle about with a bit of a filler. Fiddle about with the filler. And hopefully that'll get us rolling into episode 19. This might be a short video and I'm not afraid to post it. Life in general is very busy and I've got about an hour to play tonight, so I'm going to turn the tripod round, get the grinder out, and we're going to cut the bit of metal to start the second part of the repair on the door. This is something that was posted in the comments ages ago. Nicky boy, you want to make yourself some alloy jaws for your vise to bend metal over it. It won't mark the metal. And my brother's just cleared out his shed at home and he's got a length of angle iron. So I'm going to employ it now into a set of new vise jaws. And we're going to try it out and see if we can't fold a nice 90 degree into this panel. Well, that's a little bit done today, you know. Like I say, I'm on the wrong shift for it this week. I'm on mornings. I'm out of bed at 4 in the morning. It's 5 o'clock now, so I've already put a full shift in. I thought someone was talking to me then. So that's a little bit done, look. We've got that nice sharp 90 that we've just used the new aluminium jaws for in the vise. And we've got that nice radius. If you saw the last video, you'll have seen me rounding off a length of angle iron to roll that over, and that's worked out okay. I'm not welding it in today. I'm too tired, you know. I don't want to make it a chore. I want to have fun doing it, so I'll save that for another day. I'm got a bit of tidying up to do. I might just go a sneaky skimmer filler while I'm in the mood. So yeah, that'll be all right for today. I know it's only been an hour for me. Well, yeah, hour and a half I've been in here, but that's an hour and a half I won't have to do another day, and it's all progress, isn't it? Right, I'm gonna pause you for a minute, have a quick tidy up, and then if you see a bit of filler in a minute, I've done it. If you don't, I'll see you another day. Right then, I'm just going to abrade a bit of the paint off it. People say that filler won't stick to paint. Filler will stick to paint, especially if you rub it up a bit. But I'm going to get a bit of the paint off. I don't think we're going to need any fiberglass in this bit. I think it's only going to be a light skim. Let's just have a quick look. I should have done this before I started the video. Oh yeah, it's sod all. You can barely see light behind that. Yeah, so skim a filler on that. That's already had some fiberglass in it to build it up, so I don't think we need any more in there. I think that's going to be okay. Maybe a bit low there, but yeah. I mean, what is it? It's 2 mil. Yeah, so I think we'll be okay there as well. And again, I'm bitting and bobbing. A little bit here, a little bit there, you know. That's how the jobs get done, don't they? Right, let's get the sander out. Right, in a bit of a pickle here. Let's get a bit of filler in it, shall we? Let's just see what we can do today. I normally buy my filler from the local car shop. I've got a brilliant local car shop. But I left it late a couple of weekends ago. So I went on Amazon just to really get a pot of, this is called eyesore P40. It's fiberglass. It's got fiberglass strands within a resin. So it's not a case of you've got to lay on a mat and then all that carry on. It's kind of like a paste with fiberglass strands in it, which is brilliant for building up a thickness, if you like. What I was upset about was when I opened it, it was only half full. And I meant to video it. Now, it was buy one, get one free. So I got that, and this one came along in the post free. And I've just opened it. And look at that. Bloody empty. I know it's done by weight, but you can literally half the size of that. Well, certainly half the size of the pot. My phone's buzzing. Someone's trying to ring me. I'll get back to you in a minute. Sorry about that. We're back in the room. Yeah, gypsy thieving bloody... Anyway, half a pot. We're going to mix a bit of filler up. We're going to bang it on the motor. Little and often, I find, with this sort of stuff. Don't go mixing too much up, and don't put too much hardener in it, because before you know it, you've got a clump, a big chunk you can't do anything with. Right, I have been using that. Let me try and find a clean spreader. It'll help me out. Here we go. A fresh one. Always keep a stock of these in. They're about 30p a go. I buy them in 10s. Let me just make sure that you can see what I'm up to. I'll try and do a description while we're doing it. So we're going to get a tiny bit out of the pot. We're not going to go crazy. These pots come with a tiny scraper. Oh, I'm not in frame. I know I'm not, but you'll have to go with the audio description. Let's just get that off the lid. And we'll get a tiny bit out of here as well. We won't go too crazy. Seems quite gloopy. I think that might be the heat. Okay. They reckon to a golf ball of filler you need a pea of hardener. So we're not going to go too mad. You always feel like that you need to put a bit more in, but you really don't. Let me just make sure that you can see that. Do we need to zoom in a little bit so you can see it? Right, can you see that? We've got a bit of filler on the old block and a tiny bit of hardener. Let me make it even bigger. There we go. And while I mix it, you can sort of see the quantity. It's not a great deal. Can you see that? We're just going to mix it. Scoop it all up, lay it back down on the pad. And eventually, the colour will be uniform. There really isn't much filler in there, much hardener in that. In fact, looking at it, I might just put a dab more in. Just do being a tiny bit more red than that. That's it, that's all we need. Oh, I've just stuck my bloody spreader in the gobbo. Here we go, look, that's getting to be a better colour. Make sure it's uniform. You've not got long to play with it, especially if it's hot. If it's really hot and you've got too much hardener in there, I mean, you can... I've seen it going off in like less than a minute. Oh, that'll do us. I'm going to turn the camera around quickly. Sorry, the editing is not going to be brilliant on this one because you've not got long to play with it. So let's zoom it out. Let me get you a bit further back so that I can get in frame as well. There we go. Right, we've got a board. Like I say, we're not going to go mad. I'm just going to give it a skim. Oops. It's already starting to stiffen up, believe it or not. So I'm not going to muck about with it, I'm just going to get it on the car. Oh, flirted most of that in the car then. Yeah, it's starting to go already. So I bet I didn't mix that 2 minutes ago. There we go, we've managed to use it all up. And then we'll leave it. The longer you leave it, the better it reacts to being sanded afterwards. So I'm not going to do it today. We'll let it have 24 hours. In real world, you can pretty much sand it within about 15 minutes. especially if it's nice warm environment. But we're going to leave it. It's a bit on. Yeah. Right. I am juggling with this. I'll do a little video just to finish this off. Hang on a minute. Ooh, I wasn't getting panicky, but things were getting a bit hectic there. It was starting to go off on the board. And what was that? 3 minutes I mixed it and it was starting to stiffen up already. So what I find about, I really like filler. I've got a bit of a thing about filler. And in all the experience I've had, I find that mix a little bit up, get a little bit in. I was hoping to do that bit as well, but I didn't quite have enough. I use everything I mixed, that's all on there. There was nothing left on the board when we've done, which is good. That means that you've not mixed too much. If you haven't mixed too much, you'll end up with a great big clump that you can't do anything with on the board because it's already cured. I'm going to leave this now. I'm going to leave it overnight. It's getting on for me. It is 6 o'clock in the evening and I want to go inside and I want to go and chill out for a couple of hours before bedtime. So we're going to call it for today and we'll come back to this. Might be tomorrow. We'll have to see how things pan out. Hey there! How you doing? Today is Saturday. We last came in on Wednesday, we did a bit of filling, and I said I might come in Thursday. But when Thursday came round, I didn't. I was on the morning shift last week, which means a 4 AM start, and I got home on Thursday. I can't even remember driving home, I was that tired, so I didn't bother coming in. So today, we made that on Wednesday. That's going to finish the bottom of the door off. I'm not going to say we're going to complete the door, you know what I'm like, but we'll do our very best. If nothing else, just to get the bottom done. I said it before at the start of the video. This might be a bit of a shorter video. We'll see how we get on. We did start talking about some mechanical stuff at the end of the last video as well. And I have let the cat out of the bag in some of the comments. I did say we're going to use an A-series in this. Now, when I first bought this, I had no vision at all. It was literally a project to have a go at this sort of thing. Fabrication, bit of filler, all the rest of it, you know. And it was local, and the wife saw it, and she loved it, and she got visions of picnicking with a basket and a beautiful sunny day, headscarf on. I'm thinking track car, where we're going to put the turbo, you know, all that sort of thing. So when I first bought it, I thought, you know what, as you already know, I've got an MX-5. I've got an MX-5 engine under the bench over there. Let's stick an MX-5 engine in it. And then someone was telling me that if you want to keep its MOT exemption, you're allowed to do modifications for safety, not so much for power. Well, who's going to know it's got an MX-5 engine in it? Well, the police will when you overtake them at 110 miles an hour. That's all know about it. Not only that, as a kid, I liked the sound a Mini made, an A-series made. Set of SUs on it, you know what I mean? Pico exhaust, sound terrific. Which is why I'm really sort of hoping to get the A-series back in it as well. Now, have I already said it? I've already got an A-series. I bought it locally off a lady who has sold it to me as junk. She said it's going to need rebuilding. It was half the price of any other 1275 A-series out there. I believe it's from a midget. But I don't even know if it's repairable. It could have a cracked head, a cracked block. I still paid good money for it. I mean, I'm still paying... I paid for the engine what I could have bought an MX-5 for. That's that's how much they are. Yeah, so I've got lots of mechanical stuff I really want to get into, but I can't. I'm starting jobs and not finishing them because I want to do something else. but we've got to get this door done. It was the same crack round the back. I was really getting a bit fed up with that, but it's done. Brilliant. The door's another one that I'm not so bothered about, you know, but it's got to be done. So with a bit of luck in this one, we'll get ripped in. And then before we do any more welding, we might just... I had the car 6 months on last Thursday. So I've owned this for 6 months now. And we're still welding 6 months later. And we're not a third of the way around it. I need to employ a welder. Someone who can come and do a bit. No, I don't. I'll do it all myself. Right, I'm waffling on again. I'm emptying my head. Let's just try and get the bottom of the door done. Even if we don't skim the front of it, let's just get this bit in, shall we? If we get that done today, I'll be an happy man. And you'll get a video. Yeah, come on, let's go for it. Let's see what we can do. Okie dokie. This is where we got to. Let's have a quick look. We got the first bit of the repair panel in. That's in there, look. But we've still got the back to do, which is only a tiny bit. It only goes to here. So from here to here. Oh, bloody hell, I hope that's big enough. Oh. It's only bloody perfect. We've got that to do, and there's a rounded bit at the front that we'll have to just have a quick look at. Mind my fingers, Nicky boy. There's that bit to do there, but I'm sure we can do something with that. Now then, I just need to adjust the panel that we've put in, because when I fitted it with the door open. Never really looked at the front, to be fair. And it's protruding a bit, look. And it's because it just needs a bit more angle on that fold at the back. So this might look a bit rough. It's going to be a block of wood and a hammer job, this is. Then we can go with the rest of the carry-on. Yeah. You can't see in the bottom of the door. I've not had a proper look. So when we've done, we're going to need to sort of think of a method of getting some wax on in the bottom of that. I have thought, let me just do the door there, look. I have thought about maybe making some speed holes in this. And then, before we cover it, just so you can get into the bottom. Don't know. That's something to think about, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Right, let's get cracking. I said it was going to look a bit rough. It's worked out perfect. That'll do it. Alright then, let's get this rusty bit out now. I think I've said this before, this stuff's called Vactan. It's the trade name from, or should I say it's a trade name of the stuff that you sort of buy from Halfords or any other car shop. It's like a rust converter. Takes a minute or two just for it to do its conversion process, so while I'm cleaning my brush out, we'll leave that doing its thing, and we'll get the new bit welded in. Well, there we go. Oh, still hot, that is. That's the whole bottom of the door replaced, and I think, I wasn't sure whether I was going to do that, but I think we had to. I think that's made a really nice job of that. I still haven't ground off underneath it, but I'll take the door off, it'll be easier. And I think we're going to take the door off to make this corner piece as well. It's got a bit of a radius to that, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to make it yet. In fact, I'm not quite sure if we've even got it in shot. Oh, just, yeah, let me get you a bit closer. Yeah, we just need to make that bit now, so I think I'll get the door off. We'll get it on the bench, or might have to make a bit of something to rest it on. And then we'll have a go at that, and that'll be the entire bottom of the door replaced. We've definitely done the right thing there, haven't we? I'm so happy. We want to get all the rust out that we can, so while it's took a bit longer, you know, let me see what time it is. Just to put in that there and sand it off, really, and I had to obviously make it fit. It didn't quite fit properly, so making it fit, the welding it in, the treatment with the Vactan, and linishing it off has took me 2 hours. Hey, you know, I've been at it 6 months. What's 2 hours? Right, yeah, we'll get the door off now. We'll try and find somewhere to put it. I need the Hoover out. I've only been in here 2 hours and I'm already knee deep in crap. So we'll have a quick tidy up, and I'll see you in a minute or two. Right, I'm cool with that now. That's hot. But that'll do us, I think. It needs a skim of filler. Whoop, there we go. Just to get the height back into it. But you know, it's underneath the door. It's never going to be seen. I mean, if you're the sort of person that likes to get on your hands and knees to see what the bottom of the door looks like, then you know you probably need a different hobby, like glue sniffing or something like that. This is the best of my ability, and I'm thrilled with it. Could just do with a bit of paint, bit of primer, just to put on there until we think about filling it later on. So happy with that. That's the whole bottom of the door replaced, apart from that fella there. And I've said it before, it's got a radius on it. And I've been thinking I can maybe get a bit of wood, cut it with a jigsaw to the same shape as that, round it off and try and tap metal over it. You'll end up with too much metal and I don't know if it'll just ripple it. We can even slot the metal, weld it up, shape it afterwards. Or, as it is the bottom of the door, do we just go for strength and then worry about the aesthetics with the filler pot afterwards? Whatever we do, I want to be happy with it. Because if I'm not happy with it, there's no point in doing it. So, I'm going to have a little think about it. I might get the masking tape out and try and make a bit of a pattern for it first. Okay. Around there. I think. Right, let's have a little talk about this, shall we? I think I'm worrying too much about what it's going to look like afterwards. And I don't think we need to. I think we just need to make it strong, don't we? If it doesn't quite look perfect, then that's just how it's turned out. This would have been made in a press years ago. I haven't got the facility to to make panels like that. You've seen me making some quite awkward panels, but trying to get that right, you know, I sort of worry about it. I don't lose sleep over it. I just want to do the best job I can. But sometimes you just have to think to yourself, you know, it is the bottom of the door at the end of the day. I don't want to spend too much time trying to make something perfect that is never going to be seen. And while that sounds like a cop-out, you've got to be realistic, you know. So, yeah. It's not a show car. It's not a concourse. I just want it strong and rust-free. And I'm going to do my best to do that. But I've got to consider the skills I've got and the equipment I've got. And I've not quite got the right tattle to do this. So I'm going to have a bit of an experiment, muck about with it. If I can get it something like, then I'm going to accept that and be happy with it. All right. There you go, I've told you. Right. We're going to try and do this in two pieces. So we're going to go for this is one piece, and the top bit is one piece. I'm going to weld the bottom in, and then try and bend, slot, weld, whatever I need to do to get the radius on that. So I've drawn round it with a black marker pen as well, so that when we take the tape off, we've got a line to cut out. Right then, let's get the bloody grinder out. Let's see what we can do. That's the masking tape taken off the car. We'll do it in two pieces. So that's one. The other one's way down here. I'm trying to maximise the piece of steel we've got. We'll get them cut out. I think I'll probably leave this bit in just for now, because I'm going to use that bit to try and shape that bit. Yeah, I've got some steel on order. I ordered it on Wednesday. I've ordered a metre square. This bit was a 400 by 600 and we've not quite got through it yet, but I think the bottom of the door on the other side, if it requires it, I'll try and do it in one piece rather than trying to make it out of two pieces. I had to do this side out of two pieces because I just not got a long enough piece of steel for it. Yeah, let's get the grinding gear out, shall we? Need to try and make that fit around there now. Don't we? So I either bend it bit by bit in the vise until we get it somewhat like, or I thought about putting a couple of tacks on the end and then warming it up with a blowtorch just to sort of push it round. Like I say, I haven't really got the facility to sort of bend it as easy as that, so I think we're going to have to use the door itself to sort of get the shape into it. Yeah, I think we'll try that. I think I'm in shop. I think we'll try that. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. We'll weld that onto the door, a couple of tacks, and then we'll warm that bit of metal up with the blowtorch just to see if we can't push it around into shape. Or do we just put it in the vise and get the pliers around it to try and do it? Don't know. Bloody hell. How hard can it be? It's just a bit of metal. Okay, so I'm just working it around in the vise. Just by hand really, and we're starting to get a curve on it. I think what I'm going to do, because I have to keep moving the camera around, it's going to be a jerky video for you and a pain in the bum for me. I think I'm just going to keep working that until I get it. Oh, do you know what? That's not far out. I'm just going to keep working it off camera until we get the sort of shape we're looking for. Actually, you know, that's not far out. I've overbent it a fraction, but we can definitely use that. That's looking good. Right. Okay, leave it with me a bit. I'm going to carry on until we get that something like. Okay. I don't know if I'm in shot or not. I'm going to cut that bit out and I'm going to try and weld that in. Then that'll give us something to stick the top on too. I mean, who knows? Right then, I think we might be onto something here. So, I could have used that as a pattern, couldn't I, really? But I might, yeah. Yeah. So, I'm going to try and tack it. Put a couple of tacks on it, and then just try and work it around and use the frame of the door to sort of work it, if you know what I mean. I think we're getting there. Hey up, I've got some new glasses. I buy them off eBay. These have just cost me £12 for 6 pairs. It's like having brand new eyeballs. It's brilliant. Right then, let's get you switched off and I'll see if I can't do a bit of something with that. Right, I've got the welder set to its minimum because it's still quite thin. I'm just going to get a couple of tacks on it. Not going to go mad. That'll start us off there. Mind your eyes. Okay, I've got you off the tripod. It seems to be working. We've got that bit in now. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this bit in and we're going to try and tap it in until it touches the other panel. There we go, you're in shot. Now, I appreciate the professionals amongst you might look at this and think, you're well rough. And to a certain extent, I agree. But I don't really know how else I can do that. I might have to put a few slots in that so there's somewhere for the metal to fold into. But at the end of the day, I can fill all the holes up with metal and it'll look terrific from the outside. I guess the concern would be that there's somewhere for water to collect on the inside. But, you know, by the time... I was going to say that if that welds through, I'll not be around. But it's only 1.2 metal. So I think what we're going to have to do is, once we've got it in, we're also going to have to try and linish the inside up so that the rainwater can run off it. Then we'll also have to get some paint in there, and when the door's built up, get some wax oil in there, some kind of rust inhibitor, so that all the bumps of the welds of the crap in the back won't collect water. Does that make sense? Right, I'm going to put you back onto the tripod. I'm going to get a drink, and then let's try and get that in. It's 1:30. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 4.5 hours I've been at it, just for that little bit. I think the bag might be full. Oh dear, I've owned this 2 years, never emptied the bag out, so I think I might just have to go and sort it out. excuse me, I've got a mouthful of peanuts. So, I'm sort of really happy with this. We've got a nice shape to it. The radius is still good. We've got no big gaps or anything. It's come out really nice. And all that rust that was in there is now gone. The inside, however, won't look as nice as the outside. And my concern now is that rainwater going inside of the door will get caught on all the jagged bits on the inside. So I'm going to turn it over, get the finger file in there, not linish it to the point where it looks like it's never been welded, but just linish all the sharp bits off it, so when you rainwater will go straight over it and run out the bottom of the door. Speaking of that, we still need to put the scallops in the bottom of the door. I've kept the bottom of the door, it's all on the bench here, look. It had scallops in the bottom that lets the rainwater out. I don't know how many, like 3 or 4 maybe, I can't really remember. But what I'll do is, I'll line those up on the bench in a minute or two, mark the door up and put the scallops back in so there's somewhere for the water to come out. Right, it is knocking on, and like I say, I'm short of video footage. I've been on the wrong shift, and if you were hoping to see me finishing the door off, then I'm afraid it won't be in this video. I'm gonna call it. I've had a brilliant day, you know. That's come out way better than I thought it was going to. We've got the other bit of the other part of the bottom of the door repaired. So a bit of paint over that'll look terrific. What I might just do to finish the video off is just sand off the fiberglass in the back quarter for a bit of, they call it B-roll footage, a bit of a filler, just to pump the video out a bit. For me, this won't be the end of my day. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to see if I can start shaping the outer panel to finish the door off. But that'll be in your next video. I'm trying to give myself a bit of a head start for the next video. What I've got to say now. Thank you everybody who's been watching the videos. The last one did really well. That turned out 4 out of 10 in the list of the videos that I've posted up so far. So that did really well. The subscriptions coming on. I think we broke 410 subscribers. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm just worn out. I'm not afraid to admit it. You could probably tell just by my attitude towards doing this. I have been in it and I've really enjoyed doing it. I wasn't worried about it, but I didn't know how I was going to tackle it. But I thought about it and it came out the way I thought it would do. So that's been brilliant. Like, subscribe. Thank your mother for the rabbits. Enjoy the sunshine. It's absolutely glorious outside. So I might, after I've just done a little bit more, I might just go out on my bike for an hour. I might drive past the pub on the way. I hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget to comment below. Tell me what you want to kind of see next. We've spoken about a few mechanical bits, but I've not really let the cat out of the bag too much. I'm dead keen to get into doing some mechanical stuff on this. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. You take it easy. I'm going to get some sandpaper out and fade to black.